And so what was the beginning stages of starting this company like? And then fast forward me to where you are now. What was that time period like?
So, gosh, let's see. So I have, in the 6 years between when I graduated college and I went to business school, I spent almost 4 of those years doing research at Harvard Business School. Like I said, on organizational behavior. I was working as a research associate there. And I worked with two faculty members who studied career development and diversity and the impact of identity on career development. So self-assessment, career development, who I am, how I can make a difference in the world, these topics and questions are very close to my heart. And I had kind of developed a way to help people identify that for themselves. And so I used that method for myself consistently in my career, even before I started the business. And I still do now too. So I help people understand what their brilliance is. And part of that is understanding what are the top skills you most want to be using in your work going forward? What are your top areas of interest? And what are the qualities that make you uniquely you? So I knew at that time, I knew what my top skills were. I knew what my top interests were. I knew I was really interested in maybe more than three things, but especially education. Higher ed has been a passion of mine. Technology and how people can use technology to be more efficient and more productive. And then individual and organizational change. So I knew I could look at all of those things, and the diversity piece too. I could look at all of those things and see different ways they'd overlap and look for work in those areas. So I connected with almost everybody I knew or I had relationships with where I really knew I could learn more from them. And I told everybody, this is what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to work at the intersection of these things through my business, applying these skills. And it really just kept evolving and shifting over time as I went more deeply into those 3 or 4 interest areas and found other ways that they could intersect. So I worked as a consultant for a variety of different organizations, and I was working with people individually too, because I learned through those 6 years and through business school that organizational change doesn't really happen in a sustainable way unless individuals are changing at the same time. So I had that mix in the beginning of individual clients, corporate clients, nonprofit clients, the balance of individuals and organizations. So it was really an exciting time, and I worked with some phenomenal people and got to do some amazing work. And over time, I honed in more and more on leadership and career coaching. About 10 years ago, given where things were with my family, I had young kids. I wanted to be home for them after school. Those young kids, one of them just drove the other one to volleyball practice, and they just walked out the door. So lots involved. But in 2010, I decided to stop working with organizational clients for a while so that I could really work the most on my own schedule and have the most flexibility and work particularly with individuals in their organizations as opposed to being kind of beholden to corporate clients and nonprofit clients in a larger scale.
Yeah, I think that's a really great point that you made is that, when you're first starting a business and trying to figure out, exactly what your niche is and where you're the most passionate, you don't have to go into the start of your business knowing this is exactly what I'm going to do. It's going to evolve over time, and then it's going to evolve given what your personal life is like as well. And that's the beauty of having your own business is that you can mold it to be exactly what you want it to be and allow it to be exactly who you want to be.
Yes, and that is especially so powerful of an opportunity for women as leaders, as we're juggling so much at the same time, and it's hard.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I'm only seeing, the beginning stages of it. I am pre-family, pre-kids. I'm hoping to get there. And I tip my hat off to every working mom out there because it is going to be an adjustment for myself.
Sure, it is. And you will get there if that's what you want. You will get there. And for me, it evolved from being a married mom to being a single mom. And that was a big adjustment too. And so that was right around the time that I put down organizational clients for the most part and focused on individuals. And then I kept doing leadership and career coaching and really enjoyed that until more things evolved in my personal life. There were health things that went on with my kids. And I just realized that the work I was doing was a little bit too broad for me. And I wanted to hone in even more deeply on women leaders who were struggling with the inevitable big challenges of life, but they really hit points of having to deal with a crisis or being at some sort of crossroads. That's where I wanted to support women the most. And so last summer, I took a big look at everything that I was doing and decided again, 10 years later, to put down some of the clients that I've been working with, set that aside, and to focus in on serving as a crisis navigation partner for women leaders who are going through those tough times. And I've been doing that for now just a little over a year exclusively.
Wow. And congratulations on that. And I'm so excited for this Women Who Work group to get to hear that, because you're going to speak right in our wheelhouse here. So I am so excited for everyone to hear your story.